Hello and welcome to Daily Sports Buzz. It's Tuesday, August 7th, and here's the latest from the world of sport. First up, the second test at Lord's begins on Thursday, and India will be keen to put the loss at Edgbaston behind them as they look to level the series. However, for that to happen, their batsmen will need to step up in a big way, and former England captain Nasser Hussain has some advice.
I think they need to play the ball later. I think they need to not go at the ball with such big booming drives, especially the openers, someone like Shikhar Dhawan, 2 big drives in both innings. They need to play the ball. Watch Kohli. Not only does Kohli get forward, but Kohli also plays the ball right underneath him, and a lot of them are playing out in front. That's very dangerous against a moving ball.
India were guilty of playing at the ball too far away from their body during the first test. Shikhar Dhawan and Ajinkya Rahane in fact were dismissed that way in both innings.
Test match cricket nowadays, against the moving ball, you have to work hard and you have to leave the ball. I think India need to leave the ball. Watch Kohli, how well he's left the ball in those 2 innings.
The pitch at Edgbaston favoured the bowlers, but Nasser feels Lord's will be much more friendly towards the batsmen.
Lord's will be a little bit flatter than Edgbaston, especially in the middle of the game, middle of the test match. So I expect it to be a little bit more friendly for the batsmen, and there's a little bit more rain around.
Virat Kohli was by far India's best batsman in the first test. He also rose up to the number 1 ranking for test batsmen courtesy of his knock at Edgbaston. And Nasser Hussain has only praise for India's captain.
Well, Virat and Joe are right at the top. I would say Virat Kohli is the greatest player on the planet now, full stop. Any form of the game, Kohli is the greatest player on the planet, full stop.
England all-rounder Ben Stokes, who will miss the Lord's Test match, appeared in a court in Bristol on Monday. Proceedings revealed that the cricketer had mocked 2 gay men, mimicking their voices and mannerisms in a derogatory manner, before fighting with 2 other men after a night out in Bristol. Stokes, along with Alex Hales, Joe Root and Johnny Bairstow, were out celebrating an ODI win over West Indies last September when the incident took place. Some transfer news now. Borussia Dortmund have agreed a deal for the transfer of midfielder Axel Witsel from Chinese Super League side Tianjin Quanjian. The Belgium international becomes their 7th new arrival of the summer. He made 6 appearances for Belgium at the World Cup as they finished 3rd and has won a total of 96 international caps. At 29 years of age, this will be the first time Witsel will play in one of Europe's top 5 leagues. The World Cup in Russia had strong undertones of immigration, inclusiveness and reopened migrant crisis issues in Europe. Less than a month later, a team from Angola defeated a team from Colombia to win the Refugee Soccer Tournament trophy in Rio de Janeiro. Organized by the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, Brazil's government institutions and NGOs, the idea of a refugee championship was to show the world that those leaving their countries are talented people looking for a new life and not people trying to live on the favor of others.
I think we want to show the world that we have potentials, we have talents. We don't always want to live on the favors. We want to show the world that we are united, we have love and respect, and we are so talented. So everything that we want is just sport. We just want to say goal, because I think sports is one of the most universal language. You don't need to speak English or any other language to play football. So I think it's a great initiative that can help the world to see a different image of a refugee.
Around 950 refugees across Brazil are taking part in the Refugee Cup called Don't Judge Me Before Knowing Me. In Rio, 8 teams from Angola, Colombia, Guinea-Bissau, Haiti, Congo, Senegal, Syria and Venezuela took part in the tournament that will continue in September in Sao Paulo. Brazil is Latin America's largest nation and has one of the region's most inclusive immigration policies. In fact, Venezuelans are allowed to enter with just a national identification card. A lifeline for many who say that getting a passport in Venezuela has become impossible. The country is also home of millions of refugees coming from poorer nations in the Middle East and Africa. A goal for humanity indeed. That's all for today, but we leave you with visuals from the annual 12-hour lawnmower race that took place in southern England over the weekend. 50 teams took part in the 430-lap event that covers more than 550 kilometers over 12 hours. Bye-bye.